Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's group webinar with Anthem. We're going to be doing an Anthem broker update today, but first we have a couple of slides we need to go through for some housekeeping. If you have any questions, you will have a chat box on your right-hand side. Please type the question in the chat box, and we'll answer those questions at the end of the presentation. Connect with Cornerstone. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our weekly Monday Minute newsletter for the latest Cornerstone, carrier, and industry updates. My name is Beatrice. I'm a broker advisor out of Cincinnati. And then please also register for our Cornerstone Cash Incentive Program. Earn more when you sell. For all group and individual new business sales between January 1st and December 31st of 2022, you will earn points that will bring you closer to a $7,000 cash prize. Lastly, we want your feedback. What do you think of our new webinar format? We want to hear from you. How do you feel about keeping the webinars to no longer than 30 minutes? Are there any topics that you'd like us to cover in 2022? You could also type those in the chat if you have any comments about this year's series. And then next, we're going to hand it off to Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. We'll be hearing from Chelsea Winkler, Kathy Shiplet, and Robin Culp. Tom, do you mind switching it over?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Let me see if I'm able to, it's not telling me which screen I'm sharing, so you'll have to let me know what.
Kathy, you might want to click under sharing at the very top, click on show screen, and then you're going to want to choose the second option, the one that isn't currently selected.
The second.
Looks like we're back to, we're close. It's showing the preview slides, not the actual slides you have up.
It's not giving me an option to change that.
If you click on display settings under PowerPoint, you should be able to switch the sides that the PowerPoint is up on.
Okay, so I'll just, change it that way.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, now is the box that I have up for GoToWebinar, is it blocking the view for you?
Not at all. You are good to go.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. My name is Kathy Shiplet, and I am the small group sales executive in Southern Ohio. And we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started so we can keep everybody on time today. So over the past few years, we've introduced some new products that I wanted to take some time to review them and review them side by side and point out the differences and the keywords to help you recognize the different plan options. And the first one that we have here is our options PPO plan. This is available only on the SACA benefit plan platform. The option plan indicates that there is a 3-tier network for this plan design. So the in-network providers are split up into 2 different sections, one being preferred providers, and the second would be the remainder of the providers that are in network with our typical blue access. There are the cost share options are lower, obviously, if they see someone inside of the preferred providers versus the remainder of the in-network providers. This is only available in certain areas, so it is not available in all areas throughout the state. It is mainly in the metropolitan areas. So if this is an option in the area for the group that you're quoting, this will, if it doesn't show up as an option, then this cannot be selected. It's outside of the service area. But typically this offers about an 8% savings over a regular PPO plan. With our Anthem Link Blue Connection HMO plans, we have the Link HMO plans are available on ACA and SACA benefit platforms. Obviously, this is an HMO network, but it has an emphasis on digital first care. This is limited to only certain counties, and currently this is only being sold in the Cincinnati and the Columbus markets. We do have another HMO plan that is the Pathway HMO that is available on the ACA platform, but for SACA benefit plan, this is our only HMO that we are offering. And this plan compared to a regular PPO offers about a 10% savings. Our focus plans, this is on the ACA platform only, and the focus plans are designed to, they've shifted the cost shares. So up front, there's lower cost for office visits, for online visits. There's no cost share for pediatrician visits for anyone age 18 and younger. But then on the back end of that, it's a leaner plan design. So there's going to be more of a cost share on the back end for hospitalizations, emergency room. Members will see a co-payment plus deductible plus co-insurance. So it's a shift in where the benefits are richer than our typical plan designs, but it still offers about a 5% savings over a regular PPO plan. Next, we have our Wellbeing Perks plans. These are new for 2022, and we will be going over these a little bit more in depth since they are so new. But these plans are on the ACA platform only. They offer member incentives and employer credits due to the wellness engagement of the members. And the last one is our Plus plans. And the Plus plans have been around for a while on our ACA platform. They used to be referred to as Healthy Support. And this also offers member incentives with the addition of gym reimbursement. So members can receive gym reimbursement of up to $400 a year. And this would be for the member, their spouse, or domestic partner, and any dependents that they have age 18 or older. For the that's for the gym reimbursement. So just to give you an idea of the different types of plan designs that we have and those keywords to focus in on to indicate when you're looking at these, what is the differentiator between the plans. All of our plans are available to be offered as part of a dual or triple option. For a dual option, you only need 3 enrolling. We do have to have at least 1 employee enroll in a plan in order to keep that option open for the group. In order to have a triple option, we would have to have 10 enrolling. And again, at least 1 member, 1 employee enrolling in that plan to keep it open. The Engagement 200 package was added to all of our SACA MIWA groups for new business beginning January 2022, and it's being added to existing business at their 2022 renewal. So right now, I know the May renewals were just released. This is something that will be added to all of your groups at renewal. A great incentive, added bonus that everybody will want to make sure that their groups and employees are aware of. The program rewards members with gift cards for completing wellness activities. It has been shown that employees are 4 times more likely to have wellness exams and tests when they are tied to incentives, and this helps to close gaps in care and increases early detection of medical conditions, which lead to the cost of care savings. So this is what the Engagement Package 200 looks like on the summary of benefits. It does not use the title of Engagement Package 200. On the summary of benefits, it's listed as Smart Rewards. And it shows on here the subscriber and spouse or domestic partner can earn rewards when eligible activities are completed. And this is up to $200 per member per year. There's 3 different categories of activities that can be done in order for the member to earn these incentives, starting with preventive care. The eye exam that is listed on here, they can only earn the incentives if the eye exam, if they have our vision plan on the SACA benefit platform. That's the only way that the claims are integrated there. the annual adult wellness exam, cholesterol test, colorectal cancer screening, flu shot, mammogram. All of these items are claims driven. So there's nothing additional that the member needs to do. Once the claim comes through, that is going to trigger that member has satisfied that activity and the dollar amount will be credited to that member for the gift cards. And then we also have wellness activities. Members can, start out slow if they're, not accustomed to using the Sydney app. They can, log in to, receive a $5 incentive just for logging in. Connecting a fitness device, tracking their steps, creating an action plan. All of these activities can earn them incentives as well. And then we have our condition management program. So if you have members that do have conditions that they are engaged in condition care, future moms, well-being coach, either the telephonic tobacco or the weight programs, they can earn incentives for completion of those programs as well. Next, I want to show what it looks like we are on the Sydney app. So this is the mobile app that they will be using to follow their progress and rewards earned. This can also be done on anthem.com, but what we'll be going through is what you will see on the Sydney app. And so the next two screens are going to be showing what the member experience looks like for earning, tracking, and redeeming their rewards. So the first thing the member would do, they log into their app and they go to My Health Dashboard, and then they click on My Rewards. And you'll notice that this member with the Engagement 200 package has already earned $120 in incentives. It also explains activities that the member has yet to earn incentives for. So these are the additional pieces that they can complete in order to max out their $200. On this screen, we start out with the menu screen. So this is what the member is actually going to see when they first log in. They go to the member screen. On here, you can see My Health Dashboard. Once they click on that, they can go to challenges that they can enroll in, My Rewards, which is where we just were, and then redeeming rewards, which is where we are going to now. So when they go to redeem rewards, the member can select between 8 different types of cards, and one of these being a Visa card or a MasterCard. So there is a global gift card here as well. The member would select the gift card that they want and the amount for that gift card. The minimum amount that a member can be able to redeem for any store is $25. So they select the type of card, the amount that they want, and they immediately receive an e-gift card. So we are not doing a mail program where they receive an actual card in the mail. That is not what this is. They receive it immediately. It's an e-gift card, so they have a claim code that they can use just as they would any regular gift card. I think I was going to pause here to take questions, but I think we are taking questions at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on. Next, we're shifting gears onto our ACA Wellbeing Perks, the ACA platform, and a new plan that we are offering called Wellbeing Perks. The Wellbeing Perks plans offer incentives for members in premium credits for the employer based upon the level of member engagement. These plans also include dental and vision benefits for adults as well as the children. So with this program, the employee and spouse or domestic partner are eligible to earn rewards. And there's 3 different ways that they can earn rewards. One is to complete a health assessment and certify that they are tobacco-free. The 2 of those activities are required in order to get the $100 incentive. An annual wellness exam and the annual flu shot would be an additional $200. And finally, the dental exam is a $50 incentive. So a member and their a member and spouse or domestic partner, they can each earn up to $350 annually on this plan. And dependent upon the member engagement, the employer is eligible to earn a premium credit. And this is all dependent upon the member participation. So if there is 25% member participation, the employer would receive 2.5% of their total premium back in a credit. 50% member engagement is 5% in premium credit, and 75% member participation would result in a 10% employer premium credit. This, I think, is a super easy way for small groups. Think of a group of 2 people. If they both do all of the member incentives, they each get $350 in incentives, plus they would get 10% employer premium credit back that following year. So with the employer premium credit, that is calculated based upon the entire premium that the group has paid in that year, and they would receive that credit several months after the renewal. So a group does have to renew in order to receive that premium credit. And as I mentioned, there are embedded dental and vision plans with the Wellbeing Perks plans. Obviously, we have the pediatric dental and vision, which are very rich benefits for pediatrics, but we've added in the adult dental and vision. And these are the basic. For the dental, it's a 180/50 plan with a $1,000 maximum benefit. And for the vision plan, it's $20 copay for an eye exam every year. And the materials allowances are every other calendar year. The next slide that I put together is comparing side by side the various ACA plan options of what we have just talked about on the ACA platform and what it looks like when you're quoting. This also gives you an idea of the difference in the rates as well. So the first plan we're showing is the Focus plan. And this is where there is no copay upfront for office visits for anyone age 19 and younger. There's also lower cost shares. It doesn't show it on here, but for digital visits and so forth, that is lower cost share on the Focus plans as well. But then on the back end of this, inpatient hospitalization, you can see there is a $250 copay. Then it goes to deductible and coinsurance. And this plan would come in at $1,059 in comparison to the regular PPO plan. Excuse me. The regular PPO plan would be slightly higher than that at $1,096. Next, we have our HMO plan, and I quoted the Pathway HMO as opposed to the Link HMO just because Pathway is across the board and available all throughout Ohio on the ACA platform. With the HMO plan, you are looking at obviously the lowest cost share because of the narrow network. It comes in at $971. And lastly, we have our Wellbeing Perks plan. And this is only indicated on the plan design name, it says with WP. So that's how you know that this is a Wellbeing Perks plan. This is coming in at $1,116, slightly above the regular PPO plan, but members are getting up to $350 in incentives annually. And the employer has the ability to get up to 10% premium credit back. So anytime you are looking at ACA plans, I strongly recommend that you present the Wellbeing Perks. You look at this plan, explain it to the groups. This is going to offer them so much more than just going with the regular PPO. Next, I wanted to hit on virtual primary care. For primary and non-emergency care, digital and virtual care have replaced many forms of in-person care. And currently 46% of consumers are now using some form of telehealth. And experts are predicting that this shift to the virtual and digital care is going to continue to accelerate well beyond the pandemic. So with Anthem being a leader in healthcare innovation, we are poised to lead this rapid transformation and continue to design for the future of digital care. Currently, we have offerings that are integrated 24/7 digital support through our mobile app, Sydney Health. We have text and video visits that are available at no cost share if they are on, for members that are on an HMO or a PPO plan. It's no cost share for the medical text visits and adult video visits. This is for primary and non-emergent care. Under an HSA plan, it's a $19 cost that would go towards deductible and coinsurance. And then our Live Health Online, we still offer visits through Live Health Online. This is expanded from just the adult visits for primary and non-emergent care. Live Health Online is also for pediatrics. This offers additional visits for psychology, sleep studies. There's more specialists that are available through Live Health Online, and this offers a lower copay. Depending on the plan design that you select, there's a lower copay for Live Health Online visits, be it through a regular copay for a regular primary care type visit, or the additional psychology and sleep studies. All of this is available on our Sydney mobile app and is integrated with our electronic medical records, automated health insights, and more. And my last piece that I'm going to cover before I turn it over to Robin so she can go through what's going on with renewals and some things with existing business is just some notes of interest. And one of these being, we get a lot of questions of, I've got this group and there's only one person enrolling, what can I do with them? So at the top right, I've put together this chart to try to navigate. Typically, there is a place for those smaller groups, and it's just determining the details of it as to where they would be able to apply for coverage. So the first one is if you have 2 or more eligible and only one person enrolling. This is assuming they're meeting the 75% net eligible participation. So that means that the one that is waiving would have to be a valid waiver, but you only have one enrolling. We can write that on the ACA platform. If you have a sole proprietor, they are the only person that is eligible for coverage. And this means that they do have to be filed legally for tax reasons as a sole proprietor. And they do have to submit those supporting tax documentations. But if you have a true sole proprietor, we can write that on the SACA-MIWA platform. And if you have a husband and wife group, so 2-person group, they're husband and wife, we can write that on the SACA-MIWA platform, but we can only write it on the ACA platform if they are filed as a C Corp, which is typically not the case. So depending on how they're filed, they could qualify ACA, but either way, they would qualify for SACA-MIWA. We also have fillable PDF forms that are available for employee enrollment and change forms. And we encourage you to use these whenever possible because it does eliminate the legibility issues and getting something entered incorrectly. If it's a social security number, it's not legible, names misspelled, those kind of things are can be avoided if using the fillable PDF forms. And after peak season, we went through with 1/1. Our processors provided some information to us just to let us know what they were seeing as far as what was causing delays in processing. So we wanted to share some of this information with you. And the first thing that they were seeing that was causing a lot of delays is verifying that the census used on the quote matches the actual enrollment. And we all know that the enrollment can change with a group 10 times over from the time you run that first proposal until they enroll. But we really encourage you to do that last minute check before anything is submitted, that the enrollment that you have at the end to submit matches what is on the census. If it doesn't, please make sure that that matches up front. It will change the rates, especially if you are on ACA, if you're doing composite rating. A one-person change is going to change the rates for the whole group, and the same with the SACA benefit plan, because we are composite rated there. So it's not just about the medical in the group and going through medical underwriting, but it's also about getting that proper census in the system, calculating it properly. If there are last minute changes like that really impact the group greatly, get with your broker advisor. They can work with us. We can work with underwriting. You know, the intention is not to make this difficult or make significant changes. We just want it to go through processing as efficiently as possible. So just take a look at that census, make sure that it matches. If there's any issues or questions, let's work on that up front before it's submitted. The next is chamber proof. We cannot accept chamber proof, a snapshot of a website showing membership from a chamber. A lot of the chambers that we work with are very, very small. They might have just one part-time person there, and the website information is not up to date and accurate. So the SACA benefit plan requests that we only accept certain pieces of documentation, which Robin has in her presentation a little bit later. And finally, on the ACA census, there is a tab for waivers that is often missed on the census. So just remember that the waivers do have to be accounted for. There is a separate tab on the census for that. So now I'm going to turn it over to Robin, who's going to take you through some information on existing business.
All right, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Great. All right, my first item is COVID testing. And of course, due to the recent announcement from the federal government, over-the-counter COVID test 19 will be covered starting January 15th to the end of the public health emergency. So free tests may be available through governmental programs at covidtest.gov. And I would make sure you share that with your groups, as a lot of that is free and it would not, count any kind of claim towards your group. But each member is eligible for 8 over-the-counter tests each month. And if the test kits actually contain 2 tests, of course, that satisfies 2 of the 8 covered tests that are available for that member. The tests can also be ordered on your Sydney mobile app. But if they are getting them from a pharmacy, reimbursement for the over-counter test can be done by logging on to anthem.com or their Sydney app and selecting claims and payments, and then submitting a claim with a copy of the receipt. So it's a pretty easy process, and that is the instructions on how to get reimbursed. So 1094-95 information. I'm going to talk about the fully insured groups first. Our ACA groups, that went out to them on January 17th. And the grandmothered, the first and second week of February, the 1094-95s were mailed out to the groups and the members. So they should have had those in hand quite a while ago. The SACA benefit plan and Anthem, of course, they prepare the information that's on employer access for the 1094-95s. So we rely on the broker, the member, and of course this plan sponsor on that accurate information being available. So if it is not accurate, the employer needs to correct that before they file that information with the IRS. So the employer's requirements they have to file a 1094B cover sheet to the IRS by February 28th if done by mail, so that if they mailed it, that needs to already have been done. But they can also do it electronic up to March the 31st. So again, if they haven't filed those yet, March 31st would be their deadline for electronic. Employers must also supply copies of that 1095B to their employees, and the deadline for that is March the 2nd. So that was yesterday. If they haven't, they need to do that ASAP, but they can give that to them in the way of a physical form, or they can actually display on the company's website that an employee can request a copy of the 1095B. They can do it either way. The guide to pulling those 1094-95s, if you haven't seen that yet, is attached to this presentation. So chamber proof, like Kathy mentioned earlier, we do have chamber saver discounts on our ACA and grandmothered business, and that is for ACA, it's 1.4% premium discount, and for the grandmother block, it's a 4% premium discount. Those chamber lists are different than the SACA benefit plan chamber list, so make sure you know that there's a distinction between the two. But the way the chamber saver for ACA and grandmother work, we request that proof of chamber membership about 4 months prior to the renewal date, and that proof must be within the past 12 months, unless the membership is a 2-year period, so we would accept that. Grandmothered and ACA plans, I mentioned this, they use the same chamber saver listing, and that is, we could provide that to your broker advisor who can share that with you. So acceptable proofs of chamber membership are these 3 items: either an email from the chamber itself stating that there is, you are a member in good standing and up to date on your dues, a filled out application for chamber membership and proof of payment. So you're just applying for being a member, and then proof of payment for your chamber dues, which would be a receipt from the chamber. So those are the only 3 eligible proofs of chamber membership. So on the SACA benefit plan, we require the proof of chamber membership upon initial enrollment, and then we typically also collect that during the ARC data collection process. And the SACA benefit plan does a verification mid-year as well. But the 3 ways of acceptable proof of chamber membership that I already mentioned are the same for the proofs of the SACA benefit plan. So just basically no screenshots. We just want to make sure that you're aware of that. So the ARC data collection process for the SACA benefit plan, we're kind of smack dab in the middle of it right now, but that information that's collected in the ARC data collection process is used for 5,500 filings for groups that have been insured in the last year. So if a group has terminated in 2021, but they were insured any part of 2021, they need to complete that ARC data collection process. If they don't, we just use the information on file to file the 5,500. But we always ask to collect that additional information just to make sure we have accurate information. So all the groups are sent that ARC form, and then employers can fill it out themselves. They can request broker assistance, or the broker can act on their behalf and fill it out on the MIWA.io broker portal. The timeline, you guys have already, or the brokers have already been sent the notice the end of January. The employers were sent it in the beginning of February. And then, of course, there are weekly status reports that the employer receives if they haven't completed it. So 2/4, 2/11, 2/18, 2/25, and 3/4. And then the brokers, you receive reminders of who's still outstanding on the 21st of February, as well as March the 7th. The collection ends on 3/11. So if nothing is received by a group, we use what's on file. But there's these live links that are in the presentation you will get a copy of. They're great for information purposes frequently asked questions. It actually has a process walkthrough and questions, tools, and tips on the ARC collection process. So MIWA.io is where the ARC collection process is done. We opened up the broker portal for the MIWA.io. It was added October 11th of last year. And this allows brokers to receive the same notifications as a group. You can manage the team who is assigned to each of the employers on the MIWA.io, view status of employer requests, complete the employer request, and you can also change the employer contact. You can also invite employers that you are not do not have access to on MIWA.io to allow them to assist you in managing their account. We are also going to be doing a webinar with Consoliplex to go over MIWA.io processes in the future. So just keep that in mind as well. This slide is just basically, if the broker currently is not able to receive the term notices, or for subscribers, this is a link to be able to help them to do that, as well as to invite the employers to allow them to help with their processes. Just a couple links there. And then SACA benefit plan renewals, those were released a couple weeks ago, like Kathy mentioned earlier. The average increase was about 10.4%, with more than half of our renewals being under 10%, which we were happy and pleased with about that. But just please keep in mind that we still have the whole health premium savings credit that's available for renewal business. And that is the addition of dental, vision, and life insurance. And the life is a minimum of $25,000 to get that premium credit. But there is a flyer attached to the information on the in the presentation. But work with your Cornerstone broker advisors for rate relief and specialty ads, and they'll work with myself as an account manager, whoever you are assigned to, and we'll work on your behalf and see what we can do to get that renewal processed. So this is basically a summary of actions that are required if you're renewing. So we don't need anything in writing if you're renewing as is, but please, any of these instances of renewal or termination, please contact your Cornerstone broker advisor and let them know of all of the things that are going on with the group. But if you have a change in current plan, addition of a plan, termination of one of the dual options or triple options, or group termination, all of those go to your Cornerstone broker advisor, and they will make sure that Anthem is notified. The information, of course, what's required for each of those is detailed here. So I'm not going to, I know you all read, so I'm not going to go over each and every one. But then open enrollment changes, and that would be for medical or specialty, are all done on Employer Access. So you can update that open enrollment information for all of the employees under the groups on Employer Access. Again, this is ACA. Same situation applies. We don't need anything back if the group is renewing as is. However, please submit that information to your Cornerstone broker advisor so they can let us know. Same situation for any changes, adds or deletes on the different plans that are available, as well as terminations. All that needs to be communicated back through your Cornerstone broker advisor. And ACA, we can add specialty as well. And if they are chamber members, there are discounts associated with that. So, please request information on those ACA options too. Also, Employer Access is used for all the open enrollment changes for ACA as well. And then we're going to go directly into our specialty, which is Chelsea. We're going to go over that with you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. My name is Chelsea Winkler. I'm the Connect specialty rep for Anthem. I'm just going to go over a few of our specialty products. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay, just wanted to check before I started talking. Thank you. Okay, so dental, we do have the largest PPO network, and our network is going to be Dental Complete. We also have the new unlimited annual maximum plans, annual max carryover options on all of our plans, obviously except for unlimited. Accidental dental injury coverage is included at no extra cost with all of our plans as well. And we do have the posterior composite fillings and implants that are covered on all of our plans too. And just again, a few facts on dental down here: 90% of diseases show signs, symptoms in the mouth, and approximately 120 medical conditions are detectable in, just that twice yearly dental exam, such as like high blood pressure, diabetes, and liver diseases. And then again, just by having that, twice a year easy exam. Blueview Vision, so that's going to be our vision network. It's one of the largest vision networks in the US. We do offer 20% discount on frames with an unlimited amount of frames to choose from. Transition lenses that are covered for children and no extra cost. And adults are $75, which is over 50% less than normal transition fees with other carriers. We also offer special access to special offers, which is including discounts on LASIK surgery and a lot of other services that I'll go over a little bit later here too. And again, about 75% of adults use some sort of vision correction, and 64% of adults wear eyeglasses, and about 11% wear contact lenses, either exclusively or with glasses. What really sets Anthem apart from other specialty carriers is we do not require a minimum contribution on dental and vision plans from the employer. If the group meets that minimum participation, the employer can decide how little or how much they would like to contribute. So it's going to be 50% of eligible employees for dental and vision after removing the qualified waivers. Sydney Health, this is your personal health assistant, super great feature. We've won lots of awards for this app. Members have true single point access to all their benefits, tools, and resources in one super simple spot right on their smartphone. Care Finder allows members to find nearby dentists and eye doctors in their plan and compare costs. They can receive personalized care reminders and tips, again, like when it's time for that dental exam or vision exam. View and use digital member ID cards. They don't have to worry about, carrying a physical card. It's just right there on their phone. They can go on the app or just take a screenshot, which is what I do. They can check their benefits, deductibles, and co-payments, just again, right on there at a super easy glance by pulling it up. And dentists and eye doctors add dentists and eye doctors to their My Care team list for, easy access to contact them if they do need anything from, a specific doctor or eye office. Life and disability, the most common life plan is $15,000, and you honestly need $25,000 for final expenses plus additional unforeseen circumstances. A few just kind of did you know facts in the white there at the top: 46% of American adults have no life insurance. 50% of American workers believe that having life insurance as a job-related benefit is more important now than ever, and I totally agree with that. We've seen a huge increase in life insurance purchasing over the last year or so with COVID and everything happening right now. 44% of families say that they would face financial hardship within 6 months if the primary wage earner died. For 28%, it would be within 1 month. So we do have a $50K guarantee issue for groups. 2 to 9 now. It used to just be for, that 10 and up, but now all small groups 2 to 50, we have the 50K guarantee issue, which is huge for, like I mentioned, the increase in life insurance right now. We do also have the resource advisor, which is a great feature that's completely free with all of our life and disability products. These are just a few, as you can see here, of what it does offer. So we have like counseling and consultations, online services, tool and resources like the identity theft services, debt and credit management, investment planning, the resource finder, which has like a college locator, a library of practical information, online provider database for either child or elder care, the travel assistance feature, and we also have the beneficiary companion, which kind of provides assistance handling estate details after, a loss in a family. Again, more than 74% of employees would experience financial difficulty if their next paycheck were delayed even a week, and 90% of disabilities are caused by illness, not accidents. What really, sets Anthem apart as a specialty carrier, we have personalized claims support and stay-at-work programs that help members with disability claims and get back to work, back to health, and back to their regular lives. Perks at work, these are going to be basically discounts on everything, on things you use every day. The site that you go to is just right off the Anthem site. There are a ton of different things on there. I visit it often just to see what kind of deals are on there, but there's a ton of things on like gym memberships. They have weight loss programs like Nutrisystem or Weight Watchers. And I know we kind of mentioned like, the tracking your steps and stuff like that. Kathy did earlier, different vitamins and supplements, vision supplies services, including like LASIK Plus, dozens of brands of hotels. There's movie tickets, amusement park tickets, different like gift cards for restaurants, flight and vacation service vouchers. It's all going to be a part of the Anthem the resource advisor from Anthem. We do have the Small Group Employer Resource Center, or the ERC, which is previously known as your Welcome Kit. The link is there. And it just has a ton of helpful plan administration resources, links to use different forms, videos about how to use employer access, the Anthem Health Guide, and digital tools. And the employer will be sent their custom link within 6 weeks of enrollment as well. Our ACA specialty products can be sold standalone, and we do offer specialty benefits to employers without medical attached. That is going to just be for ACA, SACA-MIWA, they have to have the medical in order to get the dental, vision, life, and disability. So these are just a few, I just kind of wanted to go over quick. Again, this is something that your broker advisor will help you with at Cornerstone, but especially upsell for brand new business and adding medical and specialty. Brand new business adding medical and specialty is form fire submission only. At renewal, if add specialty plan to excluding disability is going to submit to that email, MIWA member maintenance at anthem.com, or upload it in the producer toolbox. These are just an overview of the list of different forms that we need, which I will send to the broker advisor, and depending on the group situation and what they need. And for MIWA, we just use the rate sheets for dental, vision, and life. To get a disability quote, I would need a census with the information there below. So name, date of birth, gender, zip code, occupation, and salary. Again, we just have, the shelf rates basically for the dental, vision, and life, but the disability quote is specifically tailored to the group. So this is going to be a little bit on the ACA benefit plan, especially upsell during the group's medical renewal. So brand new business adding medical and specialty lines going to go through FOA. A new group adding just standalone specialty is going to go to this email, the small group new business Ohio or -OH at anthem.com up there in the white. And again, I know there's a few different emails, the different ways to submit everything. Just contact your broker advisor. They get in touch with me and I get them all the correct forms and emails and all that good stuff. I won't go through this entire box of everything, but this is kind of just adding a specialty plan at renewal. That's the email that we use, the Ohio SG for small group ancillary at upsell at anthem.com. And then these are just some of the forms and different, like census and all of that we need. Again, just contact your broker advisor. They'll get everything that they need from you. I'll make sure they have all the correct paperwork to get it installed for you guys. So there are kind of a few different bundling discounts with ACA groups. I'll go through them just kind of a quick overview. So basically, dental vision, you save 5% on both lines. It's kind of the same thing. If you add any two lines, you get 5%. Like dental and life, you get 5% on both, but it needs to be a minimum of 25K and 10 plus. Same kind with the dental and the short or long-term disability, 5 and 5%, with the 10 plus for the disability, 25K minimum again on the life. We also have chamber discounts available. And if you do have like a larger group, usually about 10 or more, just ask for an extra discount and I can certainly apply that as well. We do have the medical lock discount available too, which is going to basically be if like the dental mirrors the medical enrollment tiering. This year we do again have the MIWA Whole Health Savings. So that's adding Anthem specialty products and save for SACA-MIWA groups. So you add non-voluntary dental, vision, or at least 25K in life, and the group receives a one-time medical credit that's applied to their medical bill with usually right within 90 days, and it's based off the group's medical enrollment. So just for example, if there is a medical group of 20 and they want to add dental, they would get that $1,700 credit, which is huge. But again, that 50%, if say only 10 enrolled of the 20, they'd still get that $1,700 since it is based off the medical number. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. And again, it's going to be the non-voluntary, so they just have to meet that 50% participation for dental vision and a minimum of the 25K in life for that one-time credit. Thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to doing business with you this year.
Thank you, Anthem. We did have a couple questions. The first one was, I think, for Robin. Can you repeat what those chamber saver discount percentages were?
Yes, for ACA, it's 1.4%, and for grandmothered, it is 4%.
Okay, thank you. And then this one is for Kathy. Kathy, on the well-being perks plans, for an employee to be considered participating, do you have to complete one of the incentives or all of the incentives?
You actually have to complete all 3 incentives, and that's a good question. I apologize if I missed that on the slides. But in order to be part of the participation, they do have to complete all 3 of those pieces. And there is reporting that is available on Employer Access for the groups that enroll in those plans so that they can monitor and plan for what the participation is and plan for the premium credits.
Okay, thank you. And just the last question I see right now is, will slides be sent out to everyone that was on this presentation?
Yes, we will send those to you, Bobby, and if you can distribute those, absolutely.
Great. I don't see any other questions right now, but if you think of questions, please reach out to your broker advisor and we'll be sure to answer those. Again, Robin, Chelsea, Kathy, thank you for your time today. And everyone have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.